Hey guys, SlowBurn here and welcome to my ACOG L96A1 sniper rifle tutorial for Call of Duty Black Ops. Today we will just be focusing on the ACOG scope, although a lot of the tips and tricks that I give you guys in this video will apply to the other scopes as well. First of all, I'd just like to suggest to you guys to turn your resolution up to 720p. That will really help you out and see my crosshairs and also the annotations that I'm going to put on the screen later on in this video. On the screen you can see my class. This is a class I use 90% of the time when I snipe in Black Ops, and it's the one that I have the most fun with. Some of the most important things about this class is the fact that I'm using Warlord Pro. This is to have extended mags as well as the ACOG scope, which in my opinion is a huge advantage. I do not use steady aim and I do not use sleight of hand pro. Even with the ACOG scope, sleight of hand pro does not affect the aim down sights time on a sniper, and therefore there's no point in using it. The ACOG scope is suited to close range, so therefore there's little benefit gain from using steady aim, as you should always aim down sights when shooting at a close range target instead of trying to no scope them. Here I just want to show you guys exactly what the ACOG aim down sight sway looks like. I do go on to talk about this quite extensively later on in the video, as it is one of the major disadvantages, but just now I just wanted to give you guys a clear idea of what it actually looks like. As usual with these tutorials, I'm just going to show you guys some spreads. This is quick scoping, or as quick as you can get with the ACOG scope on a blank wall on Nuketown. I'm just going to show you guys me trying to be even quicker and show you exactly what happens to the bullet spread. As you can see, it is going completely off target there, so you have to still aim down sights and stop your scope from moving and then shoot. This next clip applies to all of the snipers in Black Ops, and it's something you guys should be aware of, as it will really help you out. This is either something Treyarch forgot to patch in the sniper updates, or something they left in the game deliberately to nerf the snipers even more. If you try to move, scope in and shoot at the same time, your bullet spread will be huge. This is something you really want to avoid, so always make sure when you try to make a shot, your feet are completely stationary. You can rotate, but do not move your feet. So in this clip here we're playing some Domination on grid. The game has just started, so I know exactly where the enemy team is going to be spawning and exactly where they're going to be going to. This is kind of like having a UAV up or a Blackbird. It really helps you out, it lets you position yourself, and that's why I always recommend you guys run a UAV or a Blackbird, or even both when you're sniping. It will just help you position your body, position your character, and allow you to take out enemies and give you the advantage, I suppose. So I'll break down this clip for you guys and explain the shots in a second once it actually finishes. But I thought this was quite a nice little clip, kind of shows you a variety of shots, both close range and also long range. So we'll break this down in a second once I get the last kill for the Blackbird here. As with all of the shots in this sequence, I try and line my crosshairs up first before actually scoping in. Unfortunately, in this first situation, I was slightly off target. I need to make a simple adjustment upwards and to the right. That guy wasn't aiming at me, I think he was aiming at one of my teammates, so I had plenty of time to take him out, so make sure you use that time and make sure you make that one bullet count. In this situation here, there's two visible targets. You should always go after the person who you think is the biggest threat first. Although none of these players are actually aiming at me, I decided to go after the guy next to the Jeep first. As you can see, scope in and shoot almost instantly. The second shot, unfortunately again, I'm off target, so a simple drag to the right will correct that. The third shot in this sequence, I line my crosshairs up and very little adjustment is needed once I'm actually scoped in. Here, this guy is very close to me, so I want to take him out as fast as possible. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is to scope in and drag upwards and to the right across their body, just like that. As I turn the corner, I identify two more targets. Again, you should always take out the person who's the biggest threat, but you should always try and remember the other person's position as well. This is where the ACOG scope will shine. You can scope in and shoot almost instantly like that in close combat situations. This guy is leaving cover just now, so instead of trying to make a more difficult shot, I just wait for him to leave the cover and line himself up with my scope. Notice how little adjustment I actually made there. He pretty much did all the work, and that's a very good shot to make, especially if someone's leaving cover. Let them expose more of their body instead of trying to target a smaller area, maybe just their head or shoulders or something like that. So in this situation here, I line my crosshairs up perfectly with this guy, scope in and almost instantly shoot. As you can see, I'm perfectly on target there. So that's a very good shot, again showing you guys how important it is to actually make sure your crosshairs are lined up. In this clip here you'll see the exact same techniques being used to hit the shots, but unfortunately I do miss my first shot there. I think that was mostly due to the randomness of the ACOG scope, because if you guys didn't know, you cannot steady the ACOG scope. There's no way to hold your breath while scoped in with the ACOG, therefore this gives it a major disadvantage at long range, because there's always going to be that sway, which is obviously magnified as you try and hit a smaller target across the map. Therefore, I always suggest to you guys to be very, very close to your enemies when using an ACOG sniper. This will really give you a major advantage and put the ACOG into a position where it is most comfortable. You'll struggle to hit enemies across the map, and in any of the clips you guys see from me or any of the gameplay you see from me, I will always be close to my enemies. Let's go ahead and break down this clip then. At the start here, there's two targets. I decide to go for the guy at the back, mainly because he is not moving. He's probably aiming down sights, got a better line of sight on me opposed to the other guy who is moving, advancing towards me, but I do take them both out anyway. Again, and I cannot stress this enough guys, one of the most important things when you're playing aggressive sniping like this is to pick your targets correctly and make the correct decisions as they come up. This is another two target situation here. One guy's leaving to the left and one guy's standing in front of me. I decide to go for the guy in front of me, mainly because he is more of a threat, and as always take out the one who is the biggest threat first. His friend actually sees me and becomes a threat, so I decide to back down. And always use your cover guys, always jump behind some cover if you think you're going to get killed. I almost died there, and just wait for him to expose himself. Notice how I'm not so much exposed as his entire body is, and he gets a nasty headshot to the face there. As I call my Blackbird in, you can see that the majority of the enemies are spawning behind me. I decide to play fairly cautiously to start with, just hang back, check out the situation, which is obviously a really good idea, just see who's in the area and then decide to move forward. As I do this, you can see there's another two target situation. I decide to go for the guy on the left first because he's the bigger threat. The guy on the right doesn't have such a good line of sight on me, and as I do this, another enemy appears. So switching priority, go for him first, and then I'll take out the guy who was my initial second target, if that makes sense. So these two shots are fairly quick, and as you guys are probably catching on now, all you have to do is line your crosshairs up, scope in, and shoot almost instantly when you're in a close combat situation with the ACOG scope. In this clip here I'm playing some free-for-all and radiation. Notice again how I'm playing very aggressively. I'm not sitting at the back of the map playing defensively with a long-range sniper, playing very aggressively, almost like an SMG player with a sniper rifle because I've got the ACOG. I'm not going to break down this clip for you guys, mainly because I'll be getting repetitive. The shots are the same, line your crosshairs up, make adjustments, and actually take the shot. Once the tip of the ACOG scope is anywhere above your enemy's stomach, you should have no problem killing them. It just takes practice to become faster at adjusting and actually lining the shots up in the first place. You'll only get used to this by actually using the ACOG scope and actually practicing with it. This is the same free-for-all and radiation. I tried to go for a long-range shot here with the ACOG scope, but unfortunately it does not register, mainly because the ACOG has a sway and it's very hard to judge when you're actually on target when you're shooting at someone across the map. Instead, I go for a no-scope and hit it. No-scoping long-range targets with ACOG seems to be a much better option than actually trying to zoom in and hit them. However, I do suggest that you do zoom in first and try and hit them that way, and if it does fail, go for the no-scope. The ACOG is meant for close-range combat, so therefore that is where it works best. So that's pretty much it guys, to be honest. There's not really much else I can give you guys in the way of tips and tricks, and I could sit and show you gameplay all day I suppose, but the only real way you guys are going to get better at ACOG sniping in Black Ops is to actually go into a match and actually practice it. Spend some time, just run about, have some fun with it, and I'm sure you guys will improve, assuming you take on board the tips and tricks that I've given you guys. Remember to always play aggressively, always pick your targets correctly, and yeah, just go and have some fun, it'll be great. You can rattle out some nice streaks like this one. This is actually probably one of my best sniper clips I've had so far in Black Ops, so yeah, this has been a really high effort video for me guys. It took me quite a lot of time to do this and organise all the clips and stuff and get the clips in the first place. So if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and maybe even give it a favourite as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic, just for quick reference for you guys if you want to check back on something or whatever. And if you want to ask me any questions or anything like that, please just leave them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to as many people as possible. I might even do a follow-up video on my own channel. So yeah, for you guys watching this on Machinima, if you want to come and check out my channel, I do post a lot of high-scoring games with snipers, particularly the ACOG scope because that's the one I have the most fun with, but I do use the regular scope and stuff like that as well. So if you guys want to see high scores and maybe improve your sniper gameplay again even further, come check out my channel guys. And yeah, that'd be absolutely awesome. I hope to see a lot of you guys there, and yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching it. Again, just give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I shall speak to you guys soon. Thanks for watching again, bye.